welcome to or back to this channel. This is Stephanie with Peace of Mind Payday. I wanted to do a September recap video going over my income in September, what I spent in September, and yeah, go through some of the categories as well as do a high-level overview of my net worth. So starting off, September was a pretty nice month paycheck-wise. I made $5,676.55. The majority of this is from my full-time job in tech. I made $4,311 just from my regular schmegular job. And then I made like $45 selling things around the house, another $40 babysitting, and then the rest, it's like $1,200 or so, is from my side hustle. And yeah, that's rounding out September. And for expenses, I'm going to actually go to the spending trends, or no, spending breakdown. So I use YNAB budget, which is, sorry if you can hear my cat running around right now. He has the zoomies. So as I was saying, I use YNAB budget or YNAB, and they just did a recent upgrade of their reporting capabilities, which was really nice. You can very easily see pretty graphs for all of your spending categories, which is really great. So spoiler alert, I guess not spoiler alert, this is the point of this video, I spent $5,097.41 this month, which is very high compared to other months. And that is because of a few reasons. One of them being that I moved at the end of August, so I had some costs associated with moving. And I also paid off my student loans. Yay. I talked about it in my last video. I made a big final payment, which was really good. Good to me. Good. It felt good. Felt bad, but felt good at the same time. And yeah, so I'll quickly go through these categories and talk about, you know, what I spent in a month as someone who is in their 20s and living with their partner and has 2 cats. So I filtered it by group. So these are like my groups of categories. For housing, this includes, you know, rent, the electric bill, my phone bill, I just put in the housing category to like keep me going. Natural gas, internet, and then home insurance. For rent, this number is not entirely accurate because I did have to pay a little extra at the end of August because I moved like, oh my goodness, what are you doing? Get down. Sorry, my cat has the zoomies. I need to quickly close the door. Okay, so my rent has actually increased, and now I pay around $1,400, which is a hefty increase, but worth it in my opinion. Anyway, that's how much I paid for this month. So next up on my list is my discretionary spending, which is the majority of, I would say, like my quality of life, things that I don't need to spend money on, but like make life worth living, if that makes sense. So this includes, you know, stuff for the house. I bought things to make my new apartment more livable, like a shower curtain, garbage can, some shelves, some organization things, and that just adds up. And then I also paid off the rest of my medical debt from a surgery I had a few years ago. I live in the US, so I have to do things like this. And I'm glad for that to be gone. For clothing, I did spend money on a pair of Madewell jeans, which are my favorite kinds of jeans. They're the perfect vintage wide leg if you're interested, and I just think that they're super flattering. on my body type, which is great. And I have 2 cats, so this includes litter, food, cat insurance. Yeah, I think that's it. And pet rent, I believe. So that came out to $142.85. I don't remember exactly what the gifts are, but I know that I purchased, or I think I donated to somebody's GoFundMe, and then also bought a few gifts for someone in my life who's having a baby. And then I have a membership with a bar and a yoga studio, and I have unlimited classes, and I'm grandfathered into their old pricing. This is pretty hefty, I think, if you're like used to like a $10 or $20 gym membership, but I have realized about myself that I work out consistently when I go to workout classes, group workout classes that are scheduled and timed, and you have a teacher and you're with other people doing the same thing. So this is what's been working for me. And then for self-care, this is like shampoo and that kind of stuff. Those are my 2 biggest groups. I also spent $600 on some trains for my upcoming Japan trip. This includes a one-way ticket to Tokyo to Kyoto on the Shinkansen bullet train for both my partner and I. Also a bus from Tokyo to Mount Fuji, and then I'm trying to think what else. Oh, and I think we also booked a Shibuya Sky Tower excursion type thing. Yeah, and I paid for both my partner and I, and we will figure out reimbursing later. I just wanted to buy it and get it out of the way. And then I contribute to my Roth IRA every year. I've been doing that for the past few years to get it to the maximum contribution amount. So this month I did that as well, and I invest the money immediately through Schwab. Okay. And then I paid off my student loans. Yay! So I made a big payment and now it's all gone. And I'm excited to never have to do that again because I don't plan on going back to school as of right now. For food, I did really well this month, considering this number used to be a lot higher. I spent $324.51 on meal subscription services. So my partner and I use HelloFresh, Blue Apron, Green Chef, Home Chef, I think, and we switch between those when we get bored of one and when the price increases. And then we kind of rotate through them. And I also just go to the grocery store, like a normal grocery store, and buy snacks and things for lunch. So this cost is including all of that. And I also go out to eat occasionally. So I spent $184.67 on takeout and eating in restaurants. Okay, those are my biggest categories. My next one is just is a category I call just for fun, and this is for money that makes me feel like my life is more fun. I don't know what else to say about that. So I am in a yoga teacher certification course right now, and I pay $275 for that every month until I have paid off the full bill, which is $2,750. And I also spent some money on like my category called fun money, which I usually use for concerts, movies, events, things like that. And this month I spent around $50. Okay, that is the majority of my spending. The other categories are quite small, but just like getting gas. I have a few subscriptions like Apple TV and Spotify, and that is my spending breakdown for September. I anticipate October to be kind of an interesting month because I am going on a vacation to Japan, which I've talked about a bunch, but still feels like not enough. So I'm not going to be making any payments to student loans or to my medical debt, but I'm going to be spending a lot of money out of my travel category that I have around like $1,000 to $2,000 in. I'm not anticipating spending all of it, but I'm totally fine with that. That's money is meant to be spent eventually, even if you're saving it for a while. So I'm really excited about that. And in terms of my net worth, I'm hovering around 103, 10, something like that. The debts are just my credit cards that I pay off in full. And yeah, I'm really proud of this number. I know that now that I've reached this threshold, it feels like really motivating to keep going and get it even more. As you can see, it's gone up 284% since I started YNAB 3 years ago, or over 3 years ago. So I wasn't consistently saving money in the way that I feel like the YNAB principles kind of teaches you to, and to really set goals for yourself and to spend your money aligned to those goals. So YNAB's really helped me kind of refocus, and I feel pretty good about it. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Have a good one.